Danny, nice to be back home for this game against Cheltenham on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. Two good away performances, two good results. I think, to take 6 points from Walsall, who are top of our league, and then Notts County, who have the best home record in our division, I think is no mean feat. Credit to the players, particularly the challenges that we've had off the pitch. So proud of the way that they've applied themselves, the way that they've come together, and the way they've fought for each other. And as a consequence of that, we've got two really good results. And I think now the challenge is for us to take what's been largely some really good home performances, to try to make them more effective and turn them into more value in terms of points.
And from an outsider, people would have seen our two wins as shocks. We now play someone near the bottom, but it's not going to be any easier against Cheltenham, is it?
No. Well, anyone that's lived League Two long enough, which I know a lot of our players have, and certainly a lot of our supporters have, will know that this is never an easy division and there's no easy games. Cheltenham will actually be pretty much right at the top of the form guide at the moment since Steve Cottrell has taken over. Steve's a really experienced manager, knows the level very, very well, sets his team up. They're always well organised, both with the ball and against the ball, and he has some really good players. They have some really good players, and he's been able to, even out the window, add to those players. I mean, most League Two clubs would like Hakib Adelakin in their group, so he's used his experience to affect the powers above as well. So we understand how tough the game is going to be. We have some real challenges ourselves, like we did going into the Notts County game. We found the answers last Saturday, and the ambition is to try to find the answers again this Saturday. But certainly we're going to need our supporters, because I think they recognise when the team it has some challenges, and I'm sure, like always, they're going to be right behind us come 3 o'clock.
And we've spoken a few times about players needing to put the team before the person, if you like. And is it good for you now to see, well, you probably saw before, but people like Jack Tucker and Rob Hunt stepping up to it, and they have to do something out of their norm? Yeah,
we always talk about team first, and in football it's ultimately a team game, and it's always for the players to be able to put their ego, sometimes their disappointment, always to one side and try to put the team first. And we've got a group really that are really humble. And you know what? I've managed for 17 years. I've been lucky enough to have 6 promotions, and whenever we've had success, the group have always got on. And it's really hard actually, because we recruit and we've spent so much time meticulously going and working to try to sign the right players with the right profiles and find the right partnerships and relationships on the pitch. It's harder to do that off the pitch, but we've managed to find a way of putting a group together that all like each other. And I can't tell you how powerful it is. And you saw the celebrations when Will Goodwin scores, and they are, of course they're pleased because the team scores the 3rd goal, and it probably means that it's the win, but they're celebrating the way they are and they've actually all got grazies because of the knee sliding, so I've banned that, but they're all knee sliding for Will Goodwin, because they see a boy that they like, who's had a tough time in terms of injuries, and who's worked so hard, and they were so pleased for him, and you could sense that. And of course, the celebrations at the end, I know it was led by Kyrese, but I enjoyed watching his celebrations. I felt actually, like I said, 17 years, somewhere close to 1,000 games. That was one of my favourite wins on Saturday, and I felt really privileged just to be able to, I wouldn't say celebrate with the fans, I would say watch Kyrese celebrate with the fans. But it was a good day, and what we now need to do is back it up at home, and that's where our focus has been all week.
And has the focus been on that ruthless, clinical edge that we've kind of needed, because a lot of the performances at home have had everything else except that finish sometimes?
Yeah, I think so. I think we were really ruthless and clinical in the Chesterfield game, weren't we? But there's certainly been games where we've felt like we've left points behind really at home, where we've played quite well up to the final action, and I think that's just for us to keep working on. The great thing for us with consistently and regularly at home created a lot of chances. And yeah, we just keep working with the players on trying to become more clinical and more ruthless. And you know, the good news is, although we have some challenges elsewhere in terms of the starting lineup, actually at the top end of the pitch, with the wingers and with the forwards, we have lots of competition. And you know, he scored Saturday all week. He's been scoring. We've got Samson, who's in a good place, Mike, who's in a good place, and young Jaden as well. So that's good. And also some positive news. Adrian Akande is back in training as well, so that gives us another option from the side of the pitch. And Dominic Gape as well is getting closer by the day as well.